Sorry about getting upset.
Don't be silly.
It's just the whole label thing that's, you know, since I've left, I've had a really hard time. I've not been sleeping, my anxiety, the whole lot. So I'm sorry, I'm going to bring myself back in the room.
That's also part of the Big Brother experience, because I've been going through exactly the same thing. Seriously, I can't sleep.
What's upset you so much?
Because obviously, you know, being labelled to cheat is such a horrible thing to be labelled, and I know that's what happened, but I've never done that before in my life, and I never thought that I would ever have that label, ever. And it just, I couldn't help my feelings towards Jamie, and it just slowly developed. And as you know, everything gets intensified. And it's just, when hearing you guys talking about it, I was just like, oh my God, that's actually how I am going to be labelled now.
I don't, you know, personally, you heard me say it, I didn't think so. What I thought, as be the old crow that I am, I thought you got yourself in the right pickle.
Everything's a mess. Everything's a big mess at the moment.
And you take one step, and then you take another, and you're in so far, and you think, oh God, how did I get here?
Well, and we talked about this in the house, didn't we? When you went in, you had no intentions of going in there thinking, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to meet someone. You went in there to kind of, as well, get your thoughts together about the relationship you had on the outside. And like I said in there, things just happened.
And you came across as a lovely, sweet, and Kalina said it over and over, a very kind girl, a beautiful, lovely girl. So, you know, those that do mind what you did, don't let them matter to you, you know.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
What were your thoughts when you first went into the Big Brother house?
I was just delighted to even have the opportunity to go on there. And I literally thought I'd just go on there, have fun. And, you know I run a club, so I thought it'd be a great thing for the club as well, to obviously, you know, for the publicity. I never thought that I'd ever fall for someone like how I did in there. That was just not even in my mindset at all. It just developed after, you know, like the 2 weeks of being in there. It was just, I can't even explain it, really. It just happened.
Now, why... I have to ask this. I mean, I kind of know the answer because we've discussed it. But you did come in there and not say to any of us that you had did have the boyfriend on the outside.
When I got booked for the programme, I was single. We'd been on and off, and obviously that's how it stayed throughout the whole way. It was difficult for me even not to be able to talk about it, and it was something that I struggled with, but it was just the way that it ended up being. I wish it could have been different, but unfortunately it wasn't, and that's just how it was.
What was your boyfriend thinking when you went in? I mean, what was the situation between the two of you?
Well, we was on and off, and I don't think he was obviously pleased that I was going in there, but I was always going to go in there because it's something that, you know, I've always wanted to do. And obviously when I got booked to single, that's
your relationship wasn't great?
It wasn't right, no.
OK.
Well, obviously it wasn't, considered what happened with Jamie, it wouldn't have been right if that, you know, was to develop with Jamie, then it just shows to me that it really wasn't right.
We've obviously had to give both Jamie and CJ the right to reply, because we're going to be talking about this today, and CJ's watching. He's given us this statement. This is what he says. Bianca knows the truth, and so do I. And if there was doubt about our relationship, she should have said months before, not gone on national television and cheated on me. I've done nothing wrong in this situation. She has. I adored her. She has to live with what she's done. She made her bed, now let her lie in it. As I said previously, I wish her all the best. That's really tough to hear.
Of course, but I do get it, because obviously he's really, really hurt. And if it was the other way around, I would be hurt. So that's a fair comment. I just hope that he was going to stop doing these set-up pap shots. He's asked to be left alone, but then he's the one that's in, you know, triggering off the press by setting up these shots, and I just don't understand why he keeps doing it.
Yeah, it is interesting because you kind of, you're in the middle of all this, as in you're experiencing it from the other side as well, because obviously it's happened to you with Jamie.
Yeah.
But it's just everything is happening in the public eye, isn't it? I mean, everyone gets themselves into these pickles with affairs of the heart. They're messy. That's the way it is. But you're having to do this in the public eye, and the whole thing with you and Jamie. And I have to say, I do feel a bit cheated because I thought you were a lovely couple. But you know, why don't you kind of sit down face to face? I've got to ask you this and say, right, what's the score with us? Why do you find stuff out on Twitter and something's in a paper and all that stuff?
I'm not too sure. We were supposed to meet up the day before the story come out, and then he messaged me saying it was because of personal reasons, which I was like, fair enough, I hope everything's okay.
This is Jamie?
This is Jamie, yeah. And I said, fair enough, we'll just meet up whenever. And then the next day, obviously, I read it online that obviously he'd dumped me, but we kind of wasn't in a relationship anyway. I know on the show that but, you know, we didn't have the label as such.
It felt for you like it was because you had invested. I mean, you clearly really liked him. He had come out and said, you know, he'd said she's the marrying type.
In Jamie's defence there, he really liked her as well. I mean, in the house, you know, a lot of these things happen and people go, oh, it's a showman's. I genuinely believed you and Jamie just clicked and you got on, and it was lovely to watch, actually, and they were genuine. But we all said, didn't we, you'll know when you get out and real life hits, because it's a bit like holiday romance.
And we went to Jamie and obviously offered him the right to reply about the fact that he released something onto social media, which you then saw on a newspaper, picked up on it and put that online. What he has come back with is Jamie's feelings inside the house were genuine. This is from his management. He wishes Bianca only the best. That's all he has to say. What are your thoughts on that, Bianca?
I don't really know what to say on it, because literally since I've been out of the house, it's been like every single day it's been something new in the press. And I've had to book a holiday. I'm going away later just to try and clear my head. I'm going to turn off my phone, because it's just been so negative since I've left the house. You know, coming from both angles. I'm just not even sleeping.
Don't let this get you down. Come on, it's all a load of shit.
I think it's just because it's so fresh.
You know, I'm sorry, but it is. You know, you seem like a really lovely girl. You've got so much going for you. Don't let this get you. I mean, it really upsets me that it would. Come on, go on a holiday, come back.
Have a go on holiday.